Time now for This Week in Auto History, and Mr. Mars has that.
Yes, sir. I saw Jeff's idea about one of his segments coming up in the Wienermobiles and stuff, so I looked at the pace cars, historic pace cars for the
pace
Indy
cars.
500. Yeah, those two. So in 1911, Stoddard Dayton was the very first Indianapolis 500, and Indy Speedway founder Carl Fisher was actually driving this car, and he led the field. Now, he also started the rolling start because he thought 40 cars from a standing start was too dangerous. So this kind of, not only the pace car, but the rolling start kind of rolled into the Indy from this point on. Now, in 1941, the Chrysler Newport Phaeton was the 29th Indianapolis 500 pace car. It was a dual-cowl engine. It was actually considered the final great pre-war American luxury automobile. There wasn't a whole lot of them made, so if you got any of them out there, hang on to it because it's considered one of the most beautiful and sophisticated pace cars that ever hit the field.
Yeah, cool.
And the one on the right, the red one, is I love that car. So 1964, the 48th Indianapolis 500, the Ford Mustang. Now, we've talked about this before, but this was part of that rollout package for the Ford Mustang where they had the World's Fair was involved. They had all the dealerships across the nation. Everybody did everything at one time, and that's really part of what kicked off the pony car world and really made the Mustang so popular. Then the 49th Indianapolis 500 in 1965, a Plymouth Sport Fury. Now, this was a 426-inch engine under this car, and they didn't make very many of them, and there's not very many left. They made a few replicas to put out at the dealerships, but because the Sport Fury just wasn't considered a real big race car, but it had a big motor in it, and it worked out fine. So 1967, Chevrolet Camaro SS. Now, this is the 51st Indianapolis 500. And this is kind of where Camaro again, they used this to debut the car and bring it out against the competitor, against the Mustang. And it was powered by a 396 V8. Wow. And it creates the Camaro as a serious sports car. And the race winner, A.J. Foyt, declined the car because it didn't have air conditioning. So the race winners get a copy of the pace car, no air conditioner. He didn't want it. So rolling on to 1969, you're going to see a pattern here with a lot of Chevrolets, but a Chevrolet Camaro Z11. Now, this is the 53rd Indianapolis 500. And it's really considered the most famous pace car replica because the orange and white striping, the convertible, everybody wants them because Chevrolet built thousands of replicas of this car that really sold really well. And if you get one that's real, a Z11 pace car edition, if you got one of them, it's the most collectible first-generation Camaro that they've still got out there. 1971, the Dodge Challenger convertible, the 55th Indianapolis 500. Again, a very special car. It was built. They built a lot of replicas for it. It became a very collectible favorite and of that generation as the muscle cars were fading out about that time. 1978 Chevrolet Corvette, 62nd Indianapolis 500. Now, this has got pace car written all over it. Everybody knows you talk about a Corvette pace car. This is what everybody thinks about. And then in 1991, they slipped a Dodge Viper RT10 in for the 75th Indianapolis 500. Now, it was originally selected, the Japanese-built Stealth was supposed to be there, but the UAW and everybody else got all weirded out over having a Japanese-built car in here, and so they replaced it with the Dodge Viper. And it was driven by Carroll Shelby. It was a V10-powered roadster. And then in 2020, the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray's back for the 104th Indianapolis 500. Now, this was very special because this is the first rear engine. The engine was behind the driver to really make the Corvette make that change into being an exotic-style supercar. But it's still a Corvette, and that was the first year that was to be the pace car. So that's just a few of the historical pace cars for the Indianapolis 500 that's going on, and we'll see who's out there today.
It'd be a mid-engine, wouldn't it?
What's that?
The Corvette, the mid-engine rather than rear engine?
Well,
is it mid-engine?
Yeah, mid-engine.
Okay. And the Corvette's this year, too, isn't it? Is Corvette pace car this year?
I don't know. I was saving that for a surprise.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
You know, it's interesting you bring that up because I think a lot of people call it rear engine, but the engine, I believe, is actually in front of the rear wheels. So a true rear engine would be behind the rear wheels.
Yeah, okay.
Right, like a Corvair or a Volkswagen Beetle,
Yeah.
old school. You're right. So it's
Did we
really
have to
a
bring up
mid-engine.
the Corvair? Did we have to bring that up?
Always.
Well, this is going to be next year's pace car.
Oh, God. Hey, we'd
It's
love to
gonna
hear
be black
from you.
and white.
We'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com.